What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are finally taking a look at Dragonhawk's latest pen. I know I haven't done a lot of Dragonhawk lately, but I'm about to be doing a lot of it. Look out for that in the coming weeks. So first, let's check out their latest pen, the X7. Check it out. Alright guys, so here we have the box of the Dragonhawk X7, the Dragonhawk Tattoo Supply green logo on it, really nice. We've seen this box before, let's open it up. Here is a nice little green manual card. Here's the machine that we all came to see, or you guys came to see, I already saw this. It does come with two batteries, there's another battery here but it's inside the machine right now. And of course, a single battery slot charger thingy-mabob, right? It used to come with a 2-pack, but they started selling it in singles probably so that they could use smaller boxes like this. Although a lot of people like the bigger boxes because it's a nicer opening. So guys, maybe add a little bit more production value to the boxes, which would make unboxings much cooler, but I understand. This is pretty good though. Alright, now let's take a look at that machine. This machine is probably the best machine that you can buy from Dragonhawk right now in terms of technological advancement. Alright? Performance-wise, it's good too. It does have some issues with the accessibility of the machine. We'll get into that in a little bit, but for now, take a look at it. It's really nice. It has a nice matte finish. Even all throughout. Let's open up. Ooh. It's got a nice click. Alright, let's open it up. And that's what you have inside. Nice. It's a two-part, there's like a screw part and then a click part. Let's open up the top. There you have it. This part's nice, it's like fleshed out, it's, you know, the top faceplate and the battery is aligned nicely, and it's clean inside, very sealed. It teaches you now how to put the battery inside. So it does have a 18,500 battery, so I think this is one of those 2000 milliampere batteries. Let's put that in there and close it up. Alright, now let's take a look at the machine. This thing is what you're really buying for this machine. You're buying this screen. This screen is absolutely the best screen I've seen in all tattoo machines, period. Yeah, boy. Alright, it's a really good one. And you're buying that nice motor inside. This does have a 3.5mm stroke and a brushless motor inside, which makes the value of this machine good. At $180 only, you're getting the latest technological pen from Dragonhawk with a really good motor inside. Now to start up the machine, you gotta long press this big button right here. And you're greeted with that nice Dragonhawk logo, and there you have it. Check out those numbers. This is the reason why this is the best screen. I love how it looks. You got the working time clock up there, amount of battery left, or the battery life, whatever, the current voltage, then the voltage liner, and the preset setting thing. Alright, now to pause the machine and to start the machine, you gotta double click this thing. The reason why it's a double click is because if you single click, it's to interact with the interface. So actually, there you go, yeah, it's like you know, like the TVs, right? Okay, so we'll get into this in a little bit. Back to the menu. Alright, here we go. To adjust the voltage, you have these two buttons up here. Treat it as a plus and minus button, right? So if your square box thing is on volts, that means you can adjust the voltage by 0.1 every click. Now the change of voltage with pressing the buttons one at a time is really slow. Like I'll press the button 3 times, it's only gonna adjust it once. See? I wish it could just go, you know, change each time. But no, you gotta long press if you want the numbers to go down faster, which is okay, right? Now if you long press this button, it's just gonna turn off the machine. So long press to start it up. There's that logo again. Double click to pause. There you go, that's the basics of the machine if it's under volts. Now let's get down to the complicated part, which I feel like shouldn't be in this machine yet because it is not perfected. So you click this button again, the big one, to press L to go to L. And when you go to L, that means you could select 5 different presets. A7, which is 7 volts lining, B9, which is 9 volts lining, C6, which is 6 volts shading, D10, which is probably color packing, but that's like insane, 10 volts for packing, that's a little high. And Totem E8. I don't know what Totem means, but I don't know. It's pretty cool that it says Totem though. Yeah, bunga bunga. Anyway, A7 lining. That's a preset that it's on right now. But the fact that this thing doesn't matter. Like if I go to put like C6, it's not gonna matter. Like the voltage running would still be the same. Alright? That's 7 volts at C6. I'll put it to 7 volts at A7. No change in frequency on the machine. It runs about the same. Actually, it doesn't run about the same. It runs the same. Nope, it runs the same. So changing the presets doesn't matter when it comes to this machine. Now, what does matter though is, I guess, it's another way of adjusting voltage, right? You might be wondering what this big number is. Well, you could adjust the voltage in terms of amount of color that comes out, see? C6 at maximum green 6 whatever means it's running on 8 volts. If we adjust it again, oops, see, it's really confusing. It goes back down to 6. Alright, so if I were you, the user of this pen, I would totally omit even going to these menus. This menu doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't work the way it should, right? It would be better if it automatically changed voltages, but it doesn't. You have to like press down a little bit here and then it's gonna change. So it doesn't act as a memory function. However, for $180, you do get Dragonhawk's top pen right now. Although it has functions that aren't really perfect or necessary. If they perfected it, it would be really nice, but it's not yet perfected. It is still a pen worth getting because it is essentially the latest version of the Mast Archer with this really nice display and the fact that it has a brushless motor inside. Now that we've seen, or now that I've already explained this pen, it is a super complicated pen, honestly, and this manual was so hard to decipher because maybe my brain is not big enough for it, but it is a very complicated machine for such little instructions, right? And they don't really explain what Totem is, so that's one thing I'm not using right now. I basically just use the voltage setting and then adjust the voltage one by one, which is okay. It is what it is. It's a really nice screen though. That is really the main sell factor, and the brushless motor, if I haven't said that 1,000 times. Alright guys, let's see this pen in action. now that we've seen the X7 in action, I can safely say that the machine performed really well. I do like its features. The screen itself is amazing. There are stuff that I don't like about it, which is the interface, or how do I say this? Accessibility. It's not the easiest pen to figure out, and the manual was a little bit lacking in explaining on how to properly use it. Other things that I thought needed adjustments were, you know, when you put it to A7 or the other settings, you know, the preset settings, the machine doesn't automatically go to the 7 voltage, because A7 means 7 volts, right? Or shade C6, I think, means 6 volts. It doesn't automatically go to 6 volts. You have to adjust the voltage by like 1, and then it moves. Like, if you, how do I do this? If it's like you left the machine at 7 volts, you wanted to change it to C6, right? Which is 6 volts. It's still gonna be in 7 volts until you press the voltage up on the C6 menu, and then it's gonna change voltage to 6. It's a little bit confusing with that, and I know, like, trust me, it took me a while to figure out how to use the pen. A good 20-30 minutes. Actually, when I first used it, I didn't know what to do, and then after I used it the second time, I figured it out. And when I sat down to make this video, I figured it out. But other than that, it is a good machine. I did like its performance, especially with lining. It lined really well with 3RL, 5RL, 7RL. It did have a little bit of issues lining with the RS, but that's more of me not being used to the pen yet. So the more I use it, the better it will probably be. Yeah, the first few lines with the RS were a bit rough for me, but after a while I kind of figured it out, you know, like what voltage. But still not the best pen for bold lines in my opinion. However, where it does shine is its shading. Its shading is really good, and it has a really nice low vibration. Your hand doesn't get tired. It's got good weight to it. It's not too heavy. And in my opinion, that's part of the things that makes it a good pen. Other than that amazing screen. The screen is really good. I really like the screen. I normally don't use the, what do you call it? Working time clock, because normally it's like really small numbers and it's like, oh, I don't need to know that. But this one, because the screen is so big, it's in your face on top, and you're like, oh, okay, so I've been tattooing for 3 hours. Nice. I'm progressing quite nicely, you know. Also, you could also, you know, if you're noticing that you're tattooing pretty fast and your tattoo looks okay, but maybe you can think about slowing down and making more delicate strokes, and your tattoo will be that much better. So in short, because of this machine, the working time clock to me gained some meaning, which used to just mean nothing. Alright, so that's it for this video. Really good machine. Check it out if you're interested. And the price point of $180 for something like this is insane. It is something truly unheard of for me. Like, it's even cheaper than the Lancer. So maybe it's like a part-time thing or like a short-term promo that it's that cheap, but yeah, definitely check it out. That's it for this video. Don't forget to hit that like, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so that you're notified on what's coming next, and I'll see you all on the next video. Later.